But
so funny.
I'm not a dinosaur. What do you what's up?
The moment he gets on TikTok, and TikTok's getting bad.
Isn't that perfect timing though? Because I'm like, fuck it, nigga, let's just get off it before they even get banned. Even if they don't get banned, like, what are we doing? Like, what are you doing? What are those views and what is any of it doing? We'll get into it in a second. Let me finish promoting shows. So we got Chop Cheese Comedy on the 23rd. The 28th, Scarborough is a joke. You can't buy tickets to that because that bitch is sold out, niggas. So Scarborough, we coming. And I'm very excited for that show. And the 31st, I got the Nubian show, downtown Toronto, Yuck Yucks. Grab your tickets, yuckyucks.com for that shit. Show promo's done. The people that actually fucks with you, they just hit the like button or they just keep coming back. That's how I use YouTube, so I had to actually think about that. I'm like, wait a second. I fucks with a lot of this shit, but I never leave a comment. I very rarely hit the like button. So this is why I don't beg. Like, I just say do it if you fucks with it. But at the same TikTok. America is talking about banning TikTok. And you know, this was discussed when Trump was in office. Nothing ever happened. Now the Biden administration is like, yo, we got to ban TikTok. And they're trying to make it all about security and all that shit. But like, if you're paying attention to what's going on online, a lot of the youth and a lot of the people online are saying it's actually because the whole Palestine-Israel conflict movement that's happening on social media. TikTok apparently is one of the places where that's the loudest. And apparently this is freaking out politicians because they're seeing a big divide between the youth and which is the future. Let's be honest, like the younger generation and the older generation. There's a larger gap than ever before with support for Israel versus seeing some sympathy for the Palestine side. And that's the conspiracy side of everything online. Everybody's being like, yo, they're just trying to ban it because now, like, why not ban it before when it was just all ratchet shit? But now that people are actually using it to maybe spread awareness and change the overall consciousness, it's an issue. So we saw this one article, like, if the US bans TikTok, China will be getting a taste of its own medicine. Like, I think this is just now they're jumping on board with this. That's what it feels like.
Jumping on board of what?
With the whole idea of banning TikTok. I mean, yes, there was sentiment to do it before when Trump was in office, like I mentioned earlier. Like when he was saying, yo, we need to fucking get rid of this shit. He proposed the same thing they're proposing now. Because they're not saying we're going to ban TikTok, but we are going to ban it if the Chinese company ByteDance doesn't sell its shares completely to a company that we approve of. So the American government is essentially muscling ByteDance. Is that ByteDance? Or Tencent or whatever, one of these Chinese media. No, I think it's ByteDance. One of these Chinese media conglomerate companies that own all, like, bro, these companies own a piece of everything. It's really fucking interesting. And apparently there's a whole crisis with them sneaking over the border in America. So military aged men are sneaking across the Mexican border that are Chinese.
Military aged men is from 12 to 65.
No. Like young, fighting capable Chinese. Apparently, again, I haven't looked into that part of it, but I have been looking at the border crisis somewhat, and it's not, bro. Like, Africans are pouring in. It's like Mexicans are actually some of the least of the problems that are happening at the border, bro. Yeah, Mexicans are the ones getting a cell phone and some money.
They get the bad rap from
that's also
because the way it is, it's like the gate in is through Mexico.
It's Mexico,
right? So they're saying anybody that's coming through there is Mexican. Yeah. But what you're saying is like the Chinese are coming in, the Africans, the Guatemalans, the Venezuelans. They're all coming. And
that's where a lot of these other, like, European, even Canada's having this crisis where all these migrants are coming in, and they're saying it's like people that are in desperate need and stuff. But when you look at the stats, they're not really bringing in as many women and children as they are like fighting capable young males. So everyone's like freaking out because the crimes are going up everywhere and all this fucking, you know what I mean? I don't know. Seems like
Mustangs are going up.
Yeah, it seems like maybe they're moving people around before they release the zombie virus. I mean, you need.
But you know, like,
this is just conspiracy horseshit.
This is a comedy podcast.
Yeah, this is a comedy podcast.
But like in Canada specifically, like one of the reasons why they encourage it so much is because the government gets a cut of all the people that come in.
Yeah.
Through the school system.
Yeah.
So even if you go to like a diploma mill university, Canada doesn't matter. Like it doesn't care. They don't care. So like, yeah, come through. We'll turn a blind eye. We still get the taxes.
Yeah.
So like within the
it's
last,
a money game.
It's a money game.
It's a money game,
right? So it's like, they brought in like almost 10 bill off that.
Crazy, bro. Like,
and then sent it to Ukraine.
Yeah, bro. Yo, and I don't know. When you really start to think about where they're sending all this money, but the fact that none of this money stays in any of the countries to help the country itself, you look at the poverty that exists within Canada. Yeah. We're sending all this money out to Ukraine. Look at the poverty that exists within America, but they're sending fucking again comedy podcast.
Yeah.
And I want to relate this to comedy. This is why I wanted to talk about this story specifically. Because the whole new wave of comedians now is like, not every comedian, but TikTok has really transformed what comedy is. Like Instagram started, but then TikTok kind of, fucking Matt Rife and a bunch of other people like just posting clips, like this whole wave of I'm gonna take my fucking comedy recordings, but only take the fucking parts where I'm talking to the audience because I don't want to show all my jokes because let's be honest, most of my jokes aren't good. So let's just use crowd work clips and then crowd work. Like I think audiences are already bored with that shit.
Not only, I think they also expect it too. Like people go in, like
it's just hack, bro. If you're a real comic, if you're a real artist, that shit's so fucking hack. These crowd clips and all that shit. And we're just doing it because it's the fucking thing. Oh, that's the TikTok wave or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Like, let me ask you as an outsider. Well, not necessarily an outsider. You're an outsider, but what impact do you think this has on like on the arts? Because this has transformed how people actually present themselves as artists.
Yeah, but it depends what art you do. Right.
True. And I mean, Instagram will still be there.
Instagram will still be there.
That'll be booming. I'm sure Meta would love TikTok to be banned.
Yeah, they're the one that signed the fucking bill.
That's funny. Yeah, probably. Probably, yeah.
Like, will it have... Okay, yeah. So I think it depends on like what artist you are. Because if you're like a painter, then you're just still going to be a painter because painting is not on TikTok. But if you're a painter that posts your paintings on TikTok, and that's how you get business, and then people buy your paintings because they saw it on TikTok.
True.
Then there goes your business.
That has a negative effect on the business side of things, but that's only temporary because artists are very resilient. And just like, so look how resilient we have been.
Yeah.
I've been complaining up and down. Like the last season of this podcast was literally just me fucking complaining all season, just hitting my head on the table, trying to figure out I fucking hate this social media shit. But
so
but I'm not a dinosaur. What do you
the moment he gets on TikTok, and TikTok's getting bad.
Is that perfect timing though? Because I'm like, fuck it, nigga, let's just get off it before they even get banned. Even if they don't get banned, like what are we doing? Like what are you doing? What are those views and what is any of it doing? It's not moving the needle. What's moving the needle is the YouTube channel that we're putting the fucking effort into.
Yep.
And that's doing its own work.
Yep.
TikTok, I don't think has brought any fucking viewers from that shit.
Not yet.
Yes, and okay, and it's the potential of one going viral, but the same thing is for YouTube.
Yeah, but TikTok's whole thing is I think they create more virality than YouTube does.
But I don't give a fuck.
I know, but I'm
not a comedian to be viral.
I know.
I'm a comedian because that's what I am. I'm not a comedian because I want to be a comedian. I'm a comedian because I am comedy, nigga. That's my essence. That's my fucking. It's in my blood. I'm not saying this to be some cornball. There's a lot of comics out here that aren't comics, bro. And I'd say fucking the majority of y'all. Corey's been saying it, bro. There might only be like fucking.
This is what Rogan says too.
Yeah, there's like true. Maybe only.
And so they make fun of him for saying it, but that's because they're on the outside and they don't really know.
But you know what's funny is that most of Rogan's crew isn't funny. Cat wasn't lying, which is why it's so weird that they never brought it up on his podcast when he was there.
But
he said all your people are not funny.
They did say when Shaw retired, they're like, there's only 999 left.
That's so funny, bro. It's just most people are out here being a caricature of what a comedian is. Like, if a true comedian is an actual artist, and I know that sounds cornball, but that's actually what it is, bro.
Yeah,
you're not like it's. I don't know. this maybe sounds preachy because we're not out here to fucking send a message, but real artists reflect the times, nigga. Shout outs to Nina Simone, bro. Like, yeah, bro. It's like, as an artist, this is her. I'm loosely quoting Nina, but she said, an artist's duty is to reflect the times, bro. Like, that's we're literally a mirror. And yeah, I'm a comic, so it's to be funny. But if I'm out here and the whole world around me is burning, and I go up on stage and I talk about dick and fart jokes only, like, I feel like a weirdo, bro. That feels inauthentic to what this experience is. And you know, the further I go down this rabbit hole in comedy, the more the audiences respond with laughter, but also like with thankfulness. It's weird. It's almost like everybody's suffering in silence. It's almost like that. But it is actually that. Everybody's suffering in silence, but it's an open secret. Everybody knows we're all suffering. And it's weird to go on Instagram and to scroll, or to go on TikTok and to scroll and to see naked bodies, memes, dead bodies, naked bodies, memes, dead bodies. Like, that's not normal, bruh. But that's really the only place where people are being vocal, and then they get in comment sections and they fucking yell at each other, or they get in fucking comments on YouTube channels and they're like, yo, you don't know shit about shit. I'm like, you're so fucking devoid of any real thought, bruh. Everybody out here is an individual, right? I'm an individual. I'm a unique person. Da da da. But if you really look at them, they're like a carbon copy of a template. Everybody's a unique individual, but everybody either, like, you pick a lane. You're a unique person, but you identify as a fucking emo, or you identify as a fucking whatever, or a thug, or whatever the fuck you identify as, bro. And yeah, sure, it's circumstance, wherever you grew up or whatever the fuck, but nigga, it's all mental, because all is mind. Nothing precedes thought, nigga.
You should do like a 7-part series episode
on the laws.
All is mind. Next
this
week,
is this week's episode. All is mind.
Correspondence.
Yo, that's is that 2?
Yeah.
All right, we might have to go through the laws, nigga. All right,
number 3. I don't remember.
That's this week's news story.
This is Black Zeus, the podcast season 5.
I love y'all. Thank you for supporting. Once again, the Patreon is launched. If you do want to watch my comedy special right now, you can do so. It's only $10, and you can get it as part of the subscription fee. So, like, if you subscribe to the Patreon, you can get it that way, or you can just buy it outright for $10 that way. Once again, for transparency, I will release the comedy special for free on the YouTube once we hit 1,000 subscribers. So you can also just hit the subscriber button and just do that. You can support that way, whichever way you want to support. I'm on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, all that. I don't necessarily use it the way everybody else does, but I'm there if you want to find me. AKA Black Zeus is the person to find on those platforms.